When we think about ancient Egypt, we often imagine golden jewelry, white linen robes, dramatic eye makeup, and elegant figures carved into temple walls. But Egyptian fashion was far more than beauty or decoration. Clothing expressed identity, social status, religious belief, climate adaptation, and political power. What someone wore could reveal their profession, wealth, moral purity, and even their relationship with the gods. Egypt's climate shaped everything. The desert heat demanded breathable fabrics, loose silhouettes, and minimal layers. Linen, made from flax grown along the Nile, became the backbone of Egyptian clothing. The production of linen was labor-intensive. Flax plants were harvested, soaked, beaten, spun into thread, and woven on looms. Skilled workers controlled thread thickness, weave tightness and smoothness. Fine linen was incredibly valuable and often reserved for elites and religious use. Men typically wore the shendi, a wraparound kilt tied at the waist. Early versions were simple and functional, but over time, pleating techniques created sculptural folds that reflected craftsmanship and status. Wealthy men added belts, decorative aprons, embroidered edges, and beadwork. Officials often layered transparent robes over their kilts to emphasize prestige and refinement. Women wore the kala series, a close-fitting dress held by shoulder straps. Some dresses were simple and practical, while elite garments featured pleats, bead net overlays, and sheer linen that shimmered in sunlight. Movement and elegance were valued more than concealment, reflecting Egyptian ideals of harmony and beauty. Jewelry often completed the silhouette, transforming clothing into a full artistic expression. Children generally wore little clothing because of the heat, often only protective amulets or simple beads. Clothing became more elaborate as children grew and entered adult roles. Even at a young age, accessories symbolized family protection and social identity. Color symbolism played a major role in fashion. White symbolized purity and sacredness. Gold represented divine eternity and the flesh of the gods. Blue symbolized water, sky, and protection. Green symbolized fertility, healing, and rebirth. Red symbolized power, danger, and vitality. Dyes were created from minerals and plants and used carefully because pigment production was expensive and labor-intensive. Jewelry was central to Egyptian fashion. Broad collars, called wesek, rested across the chest, often layered with colored stones and gold beads. Bracelets, anklets, rings, and earrings expressed identity and wealth. Amulets provided spiritual protection. Gold was favored because it never tarnished, symbolizing immortality. Semi-precious stones such as lapis lazuli, turquoise, carnelian, and faience added vibrant color and religious symbolism. Makeup was worn by men, women, and children alike. Kohl protected the eyes from glare and infection while enhancing appearance. Green pigments symbolized healing and divine protection. Perfumed oils moisturized the skin and masked odors in the hot climate. Hairstyles varied widely. Many shaved their heads for hygiene and wore wigs crafted from human hair or plant fibers. Braids, curls, beads, and elaborate wigs signaled age, profession, and status. Footwear remained simple. Most people walked barefoot or wore basic sandals made of papyrus or leather. Decorated sandals were worn mainly for ceremonies or elite appearances. Even footwear could carry symbolic imagery or inscriptions. Perfume became a major luxury industry. Fragrance cones made of wax and scented oils were worn during banquets and festivals, slowly melting and releasing aroma. Scent symbolized purification, divine favor, and sensual refinement. Perfume recipes were guarded secrets, sometimes passed down within elite families or temple workshops. Fashion also reflected profession and ritual roles. Priests shaved their bodies and wore pure white linen to maintain spiritual purity. Soldiers wore protective leather and metal elements designed for mobility and defense. Craftsmen and laborers favored durable garments that allowed freedom of movement. Royal clothing stood at the peak of extravagance, incorporating crowns, ceremonial beards, scepters, feathers, gemstones, and sacred emblems that declared divine authority. Foreign trade strongly influenced elite fashion. Egyptian merchants imported rare pigments, exotic stones, incense, and luxury materials from Nubia, Punt, the Levant, and the Mediterranean. These imports allowed nobles to display international prestige through unique jewelry patterns, foreign bead shapes, and rare color combinations. Wearing exotic materials signaled wealth, global connections, and political power. Clothing also played a role in social etiquette and public behavior. Appearing in clean, well-maintained linen demonstrated respect, discipline, and harmony with Ma'at, the principle of balance and truth. Dirty or damaged clothing could be interpreted as moral disorder or social irresponsibility. Public ceremonies required carefully arranged garments, clean skin, and polished accessories as signs of spiritual alignment. Fashion also allowed personal identity and creativity to emerge. Individuals customized their appearance with favorite jewelry arrangements, preferred color combinations, unique amulet groupings, and distinctive hairstyles. Some ornaments were passed down through generations, transforming clothing into personal history and memory. Even within a highly traditional society, subtle self-expression flourished. Seasonal changes influenced fashion choices. During the hottest months, linen garments became lighter and more transparent. During cooler desert nights or winter winds, shawls, cloaks, and layered wraps offered warmth. Practicality balanced elegance. Clothing hygiene was extremely important. Laundry was done using natron, water, and oils. Fresh linen symbolized cleanliness, moral order, and respectability. Bathing and grooming were daily routines across social classes. Accessories expanded fashion further. Fans made of feathers cooled elites. Parasols provided shade. Mirrors crafted from polished metal reflected status and self-care. Cosmetic jars, combs, hairpins, and perfume containers became personal luxury objects. Some Egyptians even practiced tattooing, especially among dancers, priestesses, and performers. Tattoos served protective, religious, or decorative purposes, adding another layer of body art. Textiles formed a major part of Egypt's economy. Weaving workshops employed thousands, especially women. Cloth was traded, taxed, offered to temples, and used as payment. Fine linen symbolized wealth as strongly as gold. Clothing also carried political meaning. Pharaohs used garments to project divine legitimacy, military strength, and eternal authority. Each crown and ceremonial outfit communicated power to the population. Burial clothing reflected spiritual beliefs. The dead were wrapped in linen and adorned with jewelry and amulets to ensure protection and comfort in the afterlife. Tombs sometimes contained entire wardrobes for eternity. Art preserves Egyptian fashion through reliefs, statues, and wall paintings. Every fold, color, and accessory carries symbolic meaning, allowing modern historians to reconstruct ancient styles with remarkable accuracy. Egyptian fashion was not driven by trends, but by harmony, symbolism, and cosmic balance. Their clothing reflected how they understood the universe and their place within it. Even today, Egyptian style continues to influence modern jewelry, architecture, cosmetics, and fashion design across the world. Clothing in ancient Egypt was a language, speaking power, faith, identity, beauty, and eternity without words. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient fashion, remember to like, subscribe, and explore more hidden histories.